What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today, what I got for you guys, we're going to talk about the Season 4 Reloaded Early Access download. There's also information on the file size, the content to expect, and everything we're going to be getting this week, and a couple of other news topics that you need to know about. So if you do find the video informative or helpful at any point, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. So the first thing that we have is Call of Duty World War II is now officially available on the Xbox Game Pass. It's available for those of you guys who have the Game Pass Standard, PC Game Pass, and Game Pass Ultimate. If you don't remember, this is actually the Call of Duty where the COD HQ or headquarters was officially first introduced here into the game, and a lot of people actually seem to like that feature. It's obviously now returning. You're able to jump in and try it out, mess around with it, and enjoy it. And you were able to like do 1v1s in there. There were like challenge to complete waiting room pretty much where you can meet and socialize with other players while you were waiting for like a game to start. It's definitely something that, based on like the comments and the feedback that people are giving right now in terms of excitement for it, it might be something that people might actually load up and play while they're waiting maybe for the Reloaded update, or even during the Reloaded update if they're not fans of Black Ops 6 right now. Anyways, it looks like this is the first of many Call of Duty titles that are going to continuously get added to the Game Pass, and maybe we're going to start seeing some of the other OGs that I know a lot of people are looking forward to trying and playing out. Now, back to Season 4 Reloaded. Early access downloads are starting to currently roll out right now. Now, this update actually goes live in 48 hours or under 48 hours on Wednesday, July 2nd. Typically, updates usually go live on Thursdays. This time around, they're going to make it available on a Wednesday. PlayStation Game Size also mentioned that update 1.76, which is going to be the name of the Reloaded update, has been added to the database of PlayStation, and he mentioned that a couple of days ago. Usually it is the week before the update goes live, and then at the same time today, the pre-downloads for all Battle.net users have gone live. It looks like the file size is 20.8 gigabytes, so give or take, if you're on Xbox, PlayStation, or Steam, it should be around this area. I believe the consoles usually maybe get a couple of gigabytes more, so maybe 25, 30 gigabytes usually is the max. And he also mentions, according to PlayStation Game Size, it adds 3 gigabytes to the full game size, so it's probably going to be around that 25-30 gigabyte mark, and then it's also going to increase the size of the game a little bit. Now, one of the biggest things about this is not only is it going to be adding the brand new Reloaded content, which we pretty much already know about from covering in the blog posts and then the announcements and things that they've already made, but the other things that we're sort of looking forward to is what's going to be happening for Black Ops 7. Our pre-orders going to be going live during the Reloaded period, and even if it isn't, the latest would be Season 5, and that's pretty much what they did with Modern Warfare 3. They had like the Shadow Siege event during Season 5, and that's when the game was fully revealed, pre-orders went live, and you were able to purchase the game. And considering Black Ops 7 is like a year or two of BO6, I'm thinking they're going to do the same sort of marketing strategy, and that means that in the Reloaded update, they're probably going to add some things in the files. If there's going to be like Easter eggs that are going to be available, rewards that you're going to be able to unlock. You can't forget that when they first announced Black Ops 7, they mentioned that you were able to unlock a calling card, and since that hasn't been added to the files, it's going to be added in Reloaded, and they may add a couple of other things alongside that for preparation for Black Ops 7. So I'm looking forward to seeing what operators get, some DLC. In the meantime, we are going to get some in-game content on the first day. For example, Fringe is going to be available. This is going to be a remastered core 6v6, and it's going to be medium size, very similar to the BO3 version that we initially got. They made some minor changes here and there. They also did like a map overview of both of the maps that are going to be coming in, so Fringe and then Eclipse as well, and that one's probably going to have its own playlist. They may do like a 24/7 Reloaded type of playlist and add that into the game as well, and then this is the flyover of what that map looks like too. Now, because this update goes live on a Wednesday, we're not entirely sure if the events are going to be scheduled in the same sort of way. So will the next event begin the day the update goes live, as they typically have in the past, but usually the updates are on Thursdays, and that's when they do the big playlist updates and add new game modes and add new events, always on Thursday. So maybe they're going to give us like a 24-hour grace period to enjoy the new maps, new content, and things that they have. And then we're going to jump into the crossover event pass, which is going to be Beavis and Butthead. They didn't give any sort of dates in the blog post this time around, which is a little odd because they usually will give you forms of when to expect an event, the schedule for it, the amount of rewards you're going to get from it. This time around, they sort of kept that out of the blog post. So I'm going to guess because it's an event pass and they don't want it getting leaked and it's like a major crossover, that's probably going to be the very first thing that's going to go live. And then after that, we do have the Cartoons event, which is probably going to overlap the Beavis and Butthead event, but it's going to start like maybe like a week later, and that will also be a challenge-based event that's going to come in with a new cell-shaded map variant, and that's why I personally don't think they're going to release in the first day, unlike Fringe and Eclipse. These will be in another playlist update maybe the following week, and that's going to have the cell-shaded variants of the existing maps. And then you also got the things like the Party Ops Limited mode that's also going to be coming in after, maybe like a week or two after the Reloaded update goes live. It's the same sort of thing with zombies. So the Abomination Challenge LTM, they said it's going to be during the Beavis and Butthead event, so it could either be the first day that the event releases or it could come out like a week after. And then they also mentioned there's a couple of other LTMs, but these they specifically say in season, so you're not going to see them in the first day, and that's like the Starting Room LTM. And then also in terms of the Zombies Leaderboard event and all that type of stuff that was originally scheduled on the first day of the update going live. We're not even sure if that's going to be the case anymore. As I mentioned, they didn't give us any more dates. So if they have like the Beavis and Butthead event pass, and then at the same time one of the Zombies events go live, that could be something to do for like the first week. And then I believe the King of the Dead event is also going to update because they're going to have a grief version of it, so it's going to be like a second LTM. Warzone side of things, we got new modes such as the Havoc Royale LTM. I believe that will be going live the first day because it's not necessarily tied to any particular event. And just a reminder, it's 44 players, it's going to be in quads, and it's going to be 15-minute matches. And then you have different powers such as charge jump, craned, crouch potato, and a bunch of others. I'll go ahead and show the screenshot if you want to see that. We do also have ranked play Resurgence as well as Resurgence Casual, which will be going live, I'm pretty sure within like the first day. They're going to do a massive playlist update to Warzone and introduce these. Ranked play usually will go live a couple of hours after the update goes live. Sometimes if there's like issues, they'll take it down for like 24 to 48 hours. Anyways, the last thing I want to let you know is that this is going to be a longer Reloaded update than usual. We're expecting 5 weeks long for this update, and because of that, there may end up being a drought, or they're going to try to space out this content as much as possible before, you know, it feels that sort of way, and then before we jump into season 5. So I'm hoping maybe there's going to be some sort of BO7 marketing during those times where we're not getting any updates or something to keep us going. And then last but not least, I'm also expecting that there's going to be things like leaks that are going to pop up with this update. There's maybe going to be some intel on the theme of Season 5, what to look forward to, if there's going to be any upcoming massive sort of crossovers, events, things like that to look forward to for future updates. But that is all that I have for you guys here in today's video. Let me know down below, are you guys excited for the Reloaded update, or are you going to be playing World War II instead? But it's been your boy Chizo. Thank you guys for watching, and hopefully I'll be seeing you guys back on the channel again. Peace.